My journey through the beautiful Philippines so far led me to exploring Manila, Puerto Princesa, and the little town of Port Barton on Palawan Island. We had just experienced a strong typhoon, however made the most of it by having some fun, and thankfully by day 6 of our trip the weather was clearing up again. My name is Jasmine, and this is the next part of my adventure that was a true Philippine experience. So before we get straight into this vlog, I do just want to talk a bit about the context behind this vlog and just share something very open and vulnerable and honestly with you. So in this vlog, you won't see me talking in front of the camera much at all, and that's because during the 2 days I filmed this vlog in the Philippines, I wasn't feeling great at all. And I actually, you know what, I was feeling crappy. When I'm not feeling my very best, I naturally just want to hide, and usually I wouldn't feel like vlogging because I don't want that energy to like transfer through the vlog. I just feel that it's very important for me to be real and share this openly with you, because traveling does not always mean that things are glamorous and perfect, and I certainly don't want to give off that impression. Of course, I've had incredible, amazing, wonderful, unforgettable memories during my travels and adventures, but I've also had my fair share of lows as well, and the time I filmed this vlog, it just happened to be one of those lower times. I just always focus on the wonderful memories I've created because that is what's really ingrained in my heart, and you know, I'm just so grateful that I even get to travel. So on the day that this vlog starts, I woke up not feeling great at all. It was just one of those off days, and maybe you can relate as well. To be honest, I do think that the typhoon that came really impacted my mood, and as much as I do my best to not let my environment dictate how I feel, like, I am an empath. I just absorb everything. I'm very intuitive, and like the weather really affects my body. And then the next day in this vlog, I woke up again feeling like a 1 out of 10. I still decided to be open to all of the possibilities and have an open mind to all of the good things that could happen that day. So even though I didn't really feel like vlogging me much, I still decided to just film my surroundings, because that truly brings me a lot of joy. And if I am feeling low, something I always focus on is just doing something to bring me pure joy. So as you'll see, we did a Philippine immersion experience, and as the day got on, I was just feeling better and better. I stayed present, I participated in all of the activities, and I think along with just the positive energy of my group, I was definitely starting to feel myself again by the middle of the day. So I won't spoil too much, so you can keep watching the vlog, but by the end of that day, it was actually the best day ever for me on this tour. I literally went from feeling a 1 out of 10 in the morning to honestly 11 out of 10 by night. It really all came down to surrender, to choosing to focus on the good, and not that I was bypassing any feelings because I acknowledged what I was feeling, but instead I was choosing to place my focus on things that could make me feel better. I chose to stay open rather than close off, and you know, that's one of my life mottos, to choose love over fear. What happened that night though, which just topped off my day, and I didn't vlog it, was we did a karaoke night at the hostel, and love me some karaoke. That was so fun. So I guess what I ultimately want to say is that it's okay to feel crappy, and even when you travel, it's okay to have an off day. Your feelings are always valid, and the thing is, you've just got to choose what to focus on. You have control over your reactions and attitude towards things in life. I know it can be challenging when you are having an off day, and you know, I've experienced depression myself. I've really had those very low times, but ultimately only we can truly help ourselves. Your experiences in life are always up to you. The low times always pass, and open yourself up to receiving joy as well. And also something that really helped me move through that day was to not take things too seriously and have more fun. And that is one of my intentions for 2020, actually, to just have a whole lot of fun and let go of all these rules and strict things and trying to people please or look a certain way. Just have fun. So if there's anything you take away from this video, let it be to stay open wide to all of the possibilities. Always stay open and be grateful. I think when you do have perspective of all that you already have, not that you're downplaying your feelings or anything, but just acknowledging all that you have to be grateful for, that always helps. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet joined our beautiful community. Let's get into it. We woke this morning in Port Barton to a calm morning after the typhoon passed, and went to eat breakfast together at a cafe called Mabudi. Something I really love about the tour company I joined, called One Life Adventures, is that they actively give back to the communities visited during a tour. This morning, schools reopened and we got the chance to visit a preschool supported by One Life, where a percentage of the profits go to building better facilities for the children so that they can receive the best education possible. Inside this small classroom, playing around with the children and seeing their faces of pure joy really lit up my heart, and was most definitely a highlight of the tour. We then said goodbye to Port Barton and began our 3-hour drive north along Palawan Island to a slightly bigger town called Nido. We checked into a really cool hostel, then went to have a wander around the town and beach nearby, observing the new surroundings and patting lots of dogs. The next day, we took a local tricycle and began our Philippine Cultural Experience, something that really sparked my interest. We were dropped off at what seemed like the middle of nowhere, but were met by our local guides Shenney and Mark, who brought us this experience for the day. We began walking through a muddy road, trying not to slip, where along the way both Shenney and Mark showed us some native flora and fauna of the Philippines.
If you were able to see any of the managers sort of dragging along.
And they walk, they just like not balance at all. So they use the big clothes to kind of...
So these are the babies. This is actually working coconut farming. What they do with these, they chop them open. Sounds a bit cruel, I know.
Oh,
poor baby. And you'll find that it coagulates.
After half an hour, we arrived at this special hut right alongside the shore with a stunning view, and started off with drinking some fresh local coconuts.
No? Grab some drinks.
Yeah, you had cream on you.
I just want a little anklet because we were drawing the Filipino flag and I got it right. Pretty sure I saw it yesterday, so it's just off memory. It's blue at the top, red at the bottom with a 8-pointed star in the middle. We learned more about the Filipino culture and also learned how to perform a traditional stick fight.
We'll just show you like the starting position, so just watch out for people behind you here. You're going to put your right stick on your right shoulder and your left stick on your right hip. So we're going to teach you these 4 moves, but if you don't manage to do it,
Shoulder, stab in the chest, stomach.
next move is off your shoulder, down.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8.
We then got to use our creativity and do some art by decorating bamboo shot glasses with these awesome paint pens. It had been so long since I last drew, so getting back into this really brought me so much joy. Next, we broke open some coconuts and shredded the meat inside the traditional hand way. Our next activity was coconut tree climbing before a mini Filipino cooking session.
Yeah, most people like it a bit. Pour it in with. Check the lemongrass in. Pepper.
As the local dogs aren't always looked after, Shenney and Mark gave these dogs the leftover coconut shreds, which they seemed to really like.
I tried to find them.
It was then lunchtime, and I can wholeheartedly say that this was the best Filipino meal I had had on the tour so far. Everything was homemade with love and infused with delicious flavors, including vegetable spring rolls, spiced mung beans, greens, and rice, and was truly wholesome. Along the beach, I came across some village children who had some puppies living with them, and not only did I get to cuddle these babies, but also interact with the local children who are all so happy and excited. These moments are among what truly motivate me to travel. Hi, say hi! Hi! Can't communicate. So cute. Video. It's a video. One, two, three. Beautiful. Ready? Yeah. High five. Woo. 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 Another one. Woo. High five. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Nice to meet you. Bye-bye. Shenney then showed us how to make a fish out of coconut leaves by weaving with our hands, which was truly a work of art, and we were also gifted a coconut oil to take back with us.
See, for the top roof, it's not that wide and it's not that high because we use our legs. Get your balance, get your legs up.
It was then time to do some traditional Filipino dancing with bamboos. While it took a few tries to get the hang of it, after some attempts it was really enjoyable, and we all had a lot of fun trying this new style of dancing. To end this activity-filled day, Mark taught us how to play a game involving sandals and a tin, which the locals love to play, and we also enjoyed some halo-halo for dessert. After the Philippine experience, which was so rich in new cultural experiences and really made me appreciate the Philippines so much more, we hiked up a very steep hill and arrived at the Nido zipline. This was my first time ever doing something like this, and while I was feeling a bit scared, the moment I took off was a feeling of aliveness that I'll never forget.
Working now? Good?
Yes.
And go.
This adventure we were meant for. Every discover you give me a reason through every season. Together we can do anything we believe
We spent
in.
that evening walking along the beach, taking in the stunning scenery we had just experienced on the zip line, and witnessed the most incredible sunset I had seen in the Philippines so far. To me, sunsets like this are pure magic and really remind me to cherish every day we get to be alive.
All the world is ours to take. You